Viewers, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said that the U.S. will begin revoking visas of Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. In a social media post on X, Rubio wrote, and I quote, "The U.S. will begin revoking visas of Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields." This is a major crackdown that the United States has issued. It's a diplomatic flashpoint that has erupted as the United States gears up to revoke visas of Chinese students. And the statement has now sent shockwaves through academic and international circles, with fear of mass expulsions and rising geopolitical tensions between Washington and Beijing. And Rubio has called it a very, very necessary step to protect the national security, hinting at concerns over espionage and intellectual property theft. Thousands of Chinese students in science, tech and research may now be under direct scrutiny because these are some of the most important and key areas that are in focus of the Trump administration. But the Chinese government has not yet officially responded to this new diktat. The latest move between the US and China marks a dramatic escalation in the ongoing US-China standoff, with education now at the center of the battlefield. And the Chinese government is yet to respond. Thousands of Chinese students are under direct scrutiny, and all of these students who are studying in science, tech and research may now be under the purview of this new diktat or a directive that has been issued by the Trump administration. And Rubio has called it a very, very necessary step to protect national security. Viewers, US President Donald Trump said that he has asked Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to delay any military action against Iran as Washington continues efforts to negotiate a new nuclear deal with Tehran. Trump has repeatedly threatened airstrikes on Iran's nuclear program if no deal is reached. Meanwhile, Iranian officials have warned that they may push ahead with developing a nuclear weapon using their growing uranium stockpile. Here's a report.
United States President Donald Trump has said that he told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to hold off any strike against Iran to give his administration more time to push for a new nuclear deal with Tehran, as several rounds of talks have been held in Oman and Italy.
Well, I'm not going to tell you exactly, but the words speak pretty loud. We're not happy about that situation. I think we're doing very well with Iran. I think we're doing very well with Gaza, but we are doing very well with Iran. And I think we're going to see something very sensible, because there are only two outcomes. You know what the two outcomes is: a smart outcome and there's a violent outcome. And I don't think anybody wants to see the second. But I think we've made a lot of progress, and we'll see. You know, they still have to agree to the final stages of a document, but I think you could be very well surprised what happens there, and it'd be a great thing for them. They could have a great country into the future.
Trump said that he told Netanyahu a strike would be inappropriate to do right now because we are already close to a solution.
He said, I don't think it's appropriate. We're having very good discussions with him, and I said, I don't think it's appropriate right now, because if we can settle it with a very strong document, very strong, with inspections and no trust. I don't trust anybody. So no trust. I want it very strong, where we can go in with inspectors. We can take whatever we want. We can blow up whatever we want, but nobody getting killed. We can blow up a lab, but nobody's going to be in the lab, as opposed to everybody being in the lab and blowing it up, right? Two ways of doing it. Yeah, I told him this would be inappropriate to do right now because we're very close to a solution. Now, that could change at any moment, could change with a phone call. But right now, I think they want to make a deal. And if we can make a deal, save a lot of lives.
The Israeli leader has been threatening a bombardment of Iranian nuclear facilities. Iran has said it would respond with severity if any such attack were launched. Meanwhile, Iran may pause uranium enrichment if the US releases frozen Iranian funds and recognizes its rights to refine uranium for civilian use under a political deal that could lead to a broader nuclear accord. According to the reports, political understanding with the United States could be reached soon if Washington accepted Tehran's conditions.